What is up guys, Slump here, and today I'm bringing you guys my list of 5 players that will disappoint you their rookie seasons. Now this list is not made up of players that I think will become busts, alright? I only got 2 busts on this list of 5, so don't get too offended when I name a player that your team drafted. I just think that, they'll struggle a bit. So with that being said guys, let's get into it. Number 1, we have Malik Hooker, the 15th overall pick by the Indianapolis Colts. And listen, I already know what you're thinking, alright? Why is this future Pro Bowler on this list? Well, I already told you, this list isn't players that will become busts. This is players that will disappoint you, the fan, their rookie season, alright? Malik was my 6th ranked prospect in this draft class, and I think he will be a franchise talent. But you gotta remember, he was a 1-year starter for the Ohio Buckeyes, and he showcased flashes of greatness. But I think he's extremely raw, and he'll struggle against quarterbacks like Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota, and of course Ben Roethlisberger. Even with a great cornerback duo in Quincy Wilson and Vontae Davis, I expect him to just become great over time. But with his timetable to return still not accurate, I think he'll disappoint you Colt fans that believe he will be a top 10 safety right out the gate. Now, we got Adoree Jackson, the 18th overall pick by the Tennessee Titans, and I already know that you Titan fans might feel some type of way. But listen, alright, this was a horrible selection, in all honesty. I gave it a C grade, alright? And I gave the Corey Davis pick an A+, because you guys went out and got yourself a player who's actually great. But with the Adoree Jackson, you guys just reached, alright? He's not an early 2nd round talent in my opinion. He's a late 2nd round talent. But you guys did fill a position of need. But when you had players like Tre'Davious White, Quincy Wilson, Gareon Conley, who's clearly innocent, and the 2nd best cornerback when healthy in this draft class in Sidney Jones, I'm obviously upset. This draft selection reminds me a ton of the Trey Wayne selection the Vikings made in 2015 while Marcus Peters was still on the board. I expected Adoree, if he gets a ton of playing time, to get burnt deep a lot, because I have noticed that when they go deep on him, he usually bites on fakes and he can't recover with his speed. So, say all you want to try and comfort yourself about this John Robinson selection, but Adoree Jackson is a waste of a pick, alright? Even at 18. And even worse, you let the Indianapolis Colts select Quincy Wilson in the 2nd round. Shame on y'all. Now, the New York Giants disappointed me when they opted to choose Evan Ingram with the 23rd overall pick. Like, did they not think about trading up with the Titans to select OJ Howard? Evan was my 7th ranked tight end in this draft class, so best believe he is a bust, alright? And although he's a great receiver and create mismatches with ease, this pick does not help the O-line at all. And what good is Eli Manning if he's getting pressured 90% of the time? Eli already has 3 solid weapons in Brandon Marshall, OBJ, and Sterling Shepard. David Njoku was still on the board, who I obviously had ranked higher than him. And Njoku will probably produce his rookie season. And he has a higher ceiling than Evan Ingram, by the way. A tight end was needed in this draft. But when you got a perfect fit in George Kittle, who you guys could have picked up in the 4th round, why not pick up Ryan Ramczyk in the 1st? I don't expect Evan Ingram to total more than 550 yards this upcoming season. Now, the Carolina Panthers selected Christian McCaffrey at 8th overall. Now, I was okay with this pick until I saw them select a player just like him the following round in Curtis Samuel. Run CMC is joining a power run scheme Panthers team. This, in my opinion, won't utilize him well, alright? Especially in the red zone. McCaffrey obviously won't be a total bust because I can see him driving elsewhere like Denver after his tenure with the Panthers is over. But McCaffrey, in my opinion, cannot take a beating, and we'll constantly see him subbed out with Carolina unless he takes reps at the slot receiver spot. With that being said, guys, I just don't see Run CMC becoming that high volume back that the Panthers desperately needed. Now, the Miami Dolphins picked Charles Harris with the 22nd overall pick, and I classify Ingram and Jackson as potential busts, but for this guy, it's borderline. I don't get why teams pick players that'll get a ton of playing time in the future, and he's honestly a safety net because of the dinosaur that has still been playing well named Cameron Wake. The Dolphins just made the playoffs this past season, in which I predicted, but the Dolphins failed to get pressure on the quarterback all season long, which I blame on the pathetic linebacking core. You guys could have solidified it had you picked Takk McKinley, who I believe will tear it up next season. Even though I'm not going to kill this draft pick, the Dolphins drafted a replacement in the 1st round instead of finalizing their front with a 3rd linebacker. You guys picked up this man Raekwon McClellan. You guys already have Kiko Alonso. Why not pick this man Takk McKinley to round it up? So with that being said, guys, that has been my list for players that will potentially disappoint you their rookie seasons. Now, you have been watching SlumpTV on Sports Fan Entertainment. Make sure to subscribe to Sports Fan Entertainment and check out my channel as well. Link will be down below in the description. With that being said, guys, have a good one. Peace out.